advantage Cornish, but here come the lights again. There's 4, there's 5. They pause for effect. It's lights out, and they are away for the second time here in Azerbaijan. It is a good start from Cornish. Coxey's responding and gets a little bit out of shape, and there's a love tap there from Footy on to the front of on the Cornish. That's unfortunate, and that looked like Mikey was straight into the wall there.
I think Mikey was watching the Aston Martin.
Quite possibly, but we'll go a little bit further up. Neo Nitro looked like pretty clean all the way through turn number 2. Neo Nitro was the closest there, almost getting on the back. Double S Jack. Is there going to be a late breaker maneuver down in there? We can see one there. It was one of the Red Bulls, and my camera's going the wrong way, but makes it clean a little bit. Coxey is dropping back, so that's not a problem, but the Red Bull getting through only just in towards turn 3. So now in towards the final chicane. Tom making a move there around the outside, but the car is ghosted. That's a nice little catch up on the exit of that chicane there from Cody. Cody hot on the heels now on the medium tyres. The front runner, Footy at the moment. Gibbo in P2 with Mantis in P3. So them soft tyres for Footy. Maybe doing the treat, but he did get a great launch just up on the inside, up through the castle. Rob up one place, gets through Neo Nitro, so maybe an issue with Rob's car there, or there may have been a slight off as the car was slightly ghosted, but we ignore them anyway. The major 0.3 of a second behind Dave, coming around turn 15. Can he hold it? Gets a little bit squirrely on the exit. His teammate behind, and this is where the DRS train would be perfect, but we don't get the DRS for at least another 2 more laps as it's all clean. Just keeps it in track limits over there. Now Footy currently leading. We've got to move it down the back, but that's Coxey drop back position. Footy currently leading as they are about to cross the line. Gibbo, the gap closing behind the benefit of the toe. That's already a 10th straight away. Maybe using more battery than what he wanted, but is he going to make a move on the inside? No, he doesn't. So that Williams proving very quick around this track. Does get a great exit on turn number 2. Is he going to make the move? Oh, a lunge. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. We've got something going on at the back. We are having a look. Neo Nitro looked like it was the wrong way round. No, it wasn't. It was Tom. Tom has lost his wing in towards turn number 1. As Stranger Craig, it looks like we've got a VSC. VSC is out. So, all kicking off once again. King Wolf in the pits, Cornish in the pits, going from second into first and all the way down the back. So opting for the medium compound tyres. So he does give him the benefit of a soft run, but he will have to go quite deep into this race, maybe up until lap. I'd imagine that'll be a lap 16 on them tyres. He would want to aim for on them, but the virtual safety car helping out some of the drivers. But the pack will not be closing up, because I will have to stick to a set delta on this track. So Footy leading, Gibbo hot on his heels as we are back to normal racing. So Gibbo getting the benefit of that, of the virtual safety car, and was pretty much spot on his delta. A little bit of the love tap on the curb. He is close, 0.3 of a second. He'll be able to pick that up as they go through this final corner. Well, I would say it's the actual real final corner, but the rest of it, that's 17. There's 17. There's turn number 18. There's turn number 19. And there's turn 20. But look at the overspeed that Gibbo's got. He just needs to tuck in behind him a little bit more, and then he'll be able to pick up the full benefit of the toe. Is he going to swing out? Is he going to make the move in towards turn 1? There he is on the outside, side by side in towards turn 1. No, he's not. Gibbo doesn't want to do it. The DRS is now active, so we'll be able to pick it up by turn number 3. We'll stay on board with these at the moment. Nice and easy. Gibbo getting a good exit there. Cornish is now closed upon that pack. We'll keep an eye. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to stay with this one. There's the rear wing open. Footy is going to be draining his battery. The move up the inside of turn 3. Doesn't want to go for it. So Gibbo now stuck behind him for one more lap. And Cornish is closed up for 0.2 of a second from that fight alone. That's now 0.3. Hovering around the 2.3 mark. All because of the fight that is going on up ahead. And this could be very interesting between all 3 of them. But the question is how far now can Cornish Cuck get back all the way from the bottom to the top and start fighting for a possible podium position. AJ in P4 at the moment, 2 seconds behind. His setup is perfectly fine. It is. You see that wobble on that front wing is very nice. Corey on behind him on the softs. Expect these tyres to start going on the cliff in about 3 more laps. And then you're going to start seeing the medium runners pull away and the moves being made, especially down at the back of the pack. Dave, 2 seconds behind him in P6. Mitch hot on his heels on the soft car by the sides. It looks like the Major is around, and the Major getting loose on the exit of turn 12, just coming out of Castle. That is a rear wing gone, and that is that Red Bull limp mode now, all the way back to the pits while he gets that replaced. And up ahead is another fight again. They are all, the DRS train has now happened. Footy with no DRS, Gibbo will have it, and Dave is DNF somewhere on the track. That looked like a little bit further back behind, but there's Gibbo, looks to move around the outside, doesn't make it happen. So great defending there from Footy. He knew he was coming, covered the inside. And are we going to see this? And it is a full safety car. You are right. Oh, this is getting interesting.
I was watching Gibbo's onboard for them last 2 straights, and he was using the ERS
yes,
before them fast left and right at the very end. So he was using it before then, which I don't know about you, but I'd like to get past them corners before activating it.
I can sometimes have a tendency to use it just like on the exit of 16 once the car is straight, and then I'll give it a burst towards. I'll do the right turn of 17, but then I'll turn it off at 18, let it roll through 19, and then it'll be back on again. So Gibbo pretty much doing something similar to what I did, and but you can just see he's got that setup. He's got that car planted through them high-speed corners, which is why he was able to gain so much time. Yeah,
that racecraft of his is looking a lot better at the minute in this race. I think Footy with safety car, I'd expect him to pit actually, to be honest. I think he would only lose.
He would give if Footy would pit, it would bring him out towards around about P9, P10 if he was to pit. So a lot of the soft runners do elect to come into the pits early, and the best thing is that this is now bringing everyone back into contention, as it's going to bunch the pack up. So Footy's tyres, he's going to save them so he can extend his stint under the safety car. So what you may see him coming in maybe lap 4 to 6 will then go to lap 6 to 7, providing there's no other safety car. But no, Footy's actually coming to the pits. So did the safety car come out after he passed the pit lane? I think it did.
Yeah, it's waiting after turn 2 on the map. I think everyone else is other than. Is Corey already pitted?
Corey pitted immediately because I think he looked like clean stop, no wing change. Rob has now come in. Jack has now come in. So all the soft runners have come into the pits. So Footy has actually done well and has come out in 4th position. So he didn't lose as much time, but there was a gap at the back between him and Rob. So Footy actually benefiting from this quite a lot. Fresh medium tyres to 4 lap old. You can go through, as Craig has DNF'd, which is one that I didn't actually see. So it's unfortunate for Craig. I don't think the tactics of don't break around here this time would work. So sorry to hear about that one, Craig. Actually did quite well in Imola, which is which is a great achievement because as we all know and love Craig, he always spends his time backwards on track. And he's going to listen back to this and be like, I hate you, Jack. I'm commentating. I can say whatever I want. But no, it's a shame Craig has gone. So I'm guessing the safety car would have come out for Dave. And I think from looking at when the yellow did come out, the man's unique. That's a very good spot. But Gibbo. I didn't see that one, but yeah, Gibbo facing the wrong way, but doesn't actually lose out too much in positions, which is all right. But going back to Dave, when the yellow flag had come out, it looked like he may have just hit the wall, turn 19, pulled a Lance Stroll, and yeah, unfortunately that was it. And I think I do have a replay saved of something. Oh, it's the race start. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, we got a little bit of the race start. This is race start number 2. This is the collision with Footy and Cornish. Now, Footy actually got a very good launch around the outside, and I think it was just wheel toe. They both made it around the corner. I think that's just a racing instant. They both made it around the corner. They gave each other space, but I think it was just maybe cold mediums versus warm softs. So that's unfortunate for Cornish, but game is not over. He's now put himself back into P8 after being down the back of the grid, and the safety car is definitely going to allow him to prove his pace now with the unfortunate retirement of Coxey in this race. So lap 4 Spice, lap 6. Are we going to see the safety car come in this lap?
Yeah, it seems like the father is winning the duo as well. He's just decided. Oh, yeah. I think Rob's just jumped to a few places.
It looks like his car may have glitched through Mitch, but he can't obviously release him. Okay, there you go. Mitch has got it back. As Mitch gets a severe collision with Rob for collision under the safety car. So interesting things are happening on the track at the moment, and looks like, and he gets another one for a collision with Rob. So well, it looks like we've got some decent going on here, but we'll wait to see what happens. So Coxey and Rob are both disconnected, and Mitch has just picked up 10 seconds of penalties, unless it's appeared twice with the same collision incident, if I try and find details. But no, he has actually picked up 2 5-second penalties, as Rob gets a penalty for ignoring yellow flag. So would that be for overtaking Mitch under safety car conditions? Or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% sure Mitch needs to save his footage so we can get them back. That's
it's rather confusing. You're right.
Yeah, and I think Rob's he's ghosting, so I think he's left the session.
Well, who knows? But what I do know is that the safety car is in this lap. Cornish leads the pack up ahead. AJ up in P2, both on 5-lap-old medium tyres. Now, what can Cousin Cornish do to keep everyone at bay? He's slowing the pack down. He is in his right to do so as he controls the pace through the final sector, and AJ is not giving him an inch of space. He's trying to do the Verstappen move. He's trying to get some heat in the tyres. Cornish may actually lose temps in there. 5-second penalty for the Major at the back. Cody with a 5-second penalty for hitting Major. The Constantina effect has happened. Cornish is now gone. AJ reacts beautifully. ERS are on both of the cars. He does get the slipstream. Pulls out for the inside. Can AJ make the move stick on the inside of turn 1? His wheel is just alongside. Cornish gives him the space that he needs. Gets pushed out by Cold Tires, still side by side now. What are they going to do in towards turn 2? 4 years catch up with the pack. Is AJ going to make the move on the inside? He hits the curb. He almost makes it stick. But now just behind him is that Footy. Has closed the gap right up. And Footy did get a great move. Looks to the outside of turn 3. Is he going to make it happen? We're going to have to wait and see because the camera won't change. There we go. He's changed. Footy around the outside. You can overtake here. Doesn't quite make it. AJ giving him the space. But Corey snuck up on the inside. Corey could actually get Cornish here. Footy. And it looks like he has. So Footy getting a little bit out of shape. With Corey sneaking up on the inside there. And that's a great move from Corey. Corey's now up into P3. Gibbo in P5. Chasing down Footy. I'm on the rear wing now. Well, Gibbo may try to look for it in towards 7. But Footy just staying ahead. Going through Castle. Are we going to see anything happen in towards Castle? Looks fairly clean at the back. We've got some moves going. There goes the McLaren of Mitch. Lots of penalties going up at the back for unknown reasons. So we'll have to wait and see what the view is for that one. King Wolf is out. So that is King Wolf gone. We'll wait for hope that is another safety car. So Cornish and Mantis, they should stay out for sure. The tyres are fresh. Has the car been cleared? Nope, there he is, King Wolf. And there he is, the first victim of the Leclerc, and that was planted exactly how it would be.
Yeah, I got a surprise pit stop from Connor there as well. So I think the safety car might change his strategy up again. But yeah, that King Wolf plant was identical.
Or did Cornish get wing damage? Wing damage during the start. I didn't see it. I'm busy pressing buttons and trying to find out what's going on here, but Yeah, but them tyres can definitely go to the end of this race. So I suppose I'll have to wait and see what goes on. And as the safety car now rounds turn 2, nobody elects to come in. So we could see this. We could see this safety car out for maybe 2 laps before we resume racing around about lap 10. And I do have a replay, and I'm going to apologise to King Wolf for this one. Is that I was just flicking to the onboard of Cornish. I just want to see this beautifully parked Leclerc moment there in the replay. And there he is, following his teammate, following behind. Beautiful. That is the perfect Leclerc. Kudos to you, King Wolf. I will give you that. It's a shame that you're gone, but you know, the running joke with King Wolf is that he never makes it lap 1, turn 3. At least this time, he made it lap 7, turn 10. But no.
Yeah. It's a
he knows we're joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baku is not an easy street circuit, and also with racing at official race time and being day, you do get a little bit of the glare from the sun going through the castle section. So it depends on what your settings are. That could also be a factor, believe it or not, as it looks like Rob has actually managed to rejoin this session, which is all good news. And is the safety car going to come in this lap? We won't find out until it gets around about that curb on the left hand side of your screens at the moment. And no, safety car is staying out for another lap. And I say that curb is because that's where sector 3 starts, quite literally. So that's when we usually find out if a car's coming in. So one more lap under the safety car then, Rosa. And it's going to be another attempt for AJ, a second chance, should I say, for AJ to try and get past Cornish, because he reacted beautifully on that one.
Yeah, I think the purpose of what AJ did there was he was warming up his tyres. Mantis, he obviously had the advantage of knowing when to go, but yeah, I think just having them more grippier, warmer tyres makes all the difference in the world, especially going into turn 1 there. And I think it'll be the same. I think AJ knows now where he might go. So yeah, no, I think AJ's in a racing mood looking at him. To be fair, he's looking very.
Yeah, I think he definitely wants some redemption from yesterday, because you know, he has got the pace. He's got a beautiful setup, courtesy of moi. If AJ sticks on the podium, I'm 100% claiming bragging rights for that, because he's using my setup. I need to start charging people. He's like, Jack, I don't like your setup. I was like, okay, then that's fine. Change your wings to this. Yeah, right. What's your suspension? This. Put it to this. 2 laps. Oh, this is lovely. This.
I might have to join that subscription.
Ninja in the chat, I love the humble side of Jack. Of course. The Major says AI next to his name, it means the AI next to his name means that he's not there. If it's either AI or a cross, I believe we see different things as it is, but hey, tis what tis. Yeah, so AJ definitely feeling racy, but Corey is snuck himself into P3. It was a great move on footy up into turn 4, as we do see the penalties stack up. Mitch now with 15 seconds of penalties, which is definitely not right by the sounds of things. We try and find positions change. There we go. So Cornish, AJ and Corey all up 5 places from the start of the race. Footy and Gibbo losing out 1. Major and Cody up 4, but Cody with a lot of penalties. Look like we had a bit of an overtake under the safety car, as we will see the safety car come in this lap. Is he hit the curb? He's hit the curb. Called it right there. That's what you want. So now Cornish is going to back the pack up, but Coxey unfortunately is not here. Down 10. Tom and Neo Nitro no moves down the back in 13th, as Rob gets another 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I'm thoroughly confused. Probably an illegal overtake with him and Cody, so curious on that one. But yeah, Cornish at the back after a slight collision or a racing incident in turn 1, which sets him at the back, but he's on the hard tyres now. When is Cornish going to go? We are waiting to see. He lines himself up. He's not warming up. Besides, he's gone. He caught AJ a little bit off guard there, but Corey got a lightning fast reaction there, and we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. The camera is there. There was a 4-way fight up for P1. They are all within a tenth of a second. 3 wide. No, they elect to go behind each other. 2 wide for both sets of cars. Cornish holds it. AJ holds it in second. As Corey is in third, Footy is in fourth, breaking a little move on the inside there. Gibbo being very ambitious to make that late move into turn 2, but luckily not too much issues there with that possible collision. But Mikey is in the pits. Another move at the back there. It looks like we've got a Red Bull looking to make a move around Mitch, or that may have been Cody as well, just trying a late defensive maneuver. But the cars line up, Footy and Corey. Oh, little bit of a lift there. So Footy getting a blinding exit out turn 4. Rolls himself around the complex of 5 and 6. The chicane that I hate the most on this entire game, I would say. Corey cutting the curb beautifully, but actually stays within the track limits from that one. Later on the brakes. Oh, it's always nervous when you go in this close in towards Castle. Now can the cars get through there one by one? It looks good so far. Coxey's about to make his way through. Everyone's through Castle. Now Corey has dropped just a second off the pace out at the DRS window, but we're not going to see that DRS after the safety car restart for another 2 more laps yet. So AJ is just going to have to work on battery power and aerodynamics to get himself tight within the gearbox. Now we know Footy's got a quick setup. He's going to gain a lot of time on the straight, and he looks like he's pushing Corey along. Definitely had to lift going through that one. Corey looks like he's got a bit of a high downforce setup. You could just see some more of the overspeed. Corey now tucks in behind Footy. Footy making sure his car as wide as possible. The brake down into turn 1. Keeps it clean. Footy, there he is. That's the line that you want to take on the exit of turn 1. As King Wolf raiding with the party 6. Thank you very much. You join us now, lap 11 here in Azerbaijan for race number 3 in the Simcade F1 2021-2022 Championship Season 1. As we're staking on board with Corey up at the front, but we need to watch out. Gibbo is closing in behind. As we have a look, not everyone has stopped. Looks like Corey has moved out of the way. So, issue with Corey, I wonder?
Yeah, he's just letting right past. I mean, I don't know.
I think that might have been a bit of a team order saying, get out of my way. I can catch Footy. So, interesting decision there from Corey. Maybe his car's feeling a little bit upset. Going around, but Gibbo's on 10 lap old medium tyres. Footy at the moment is going to be winning out the front runners when everyone else comes to pit, and he's got 5 laps life still in them, and we know that the deg on this track is quite high as it is, as it skims the wall, almost a bit like a Wall of Champions moment there, which is always impressive to see. Oh, Squirrely on the exit. That's what I want to see. Footy is pushing hard to try and get around AJ, and he is now within 4/10. There he is, and he sticks behind him. He gets the benefit of the DRS on top. AJ shouldn't have it. He's just out that 1 second window, and there he is. There's the overspeed, 199 miles an hour. There's 200. A little bit of the ERS overtake. Oh, apologise. He doesn't get the DRS because it's not activated yet. I was 1 lap ahead of myself. Makes the move on the inside. Nice and clean. Respectful racing between these two. And what is AJ going to do? Looks to the inside. Doesn't break a touch early, but now AJ is going to get the benefit of the DRS, and there it is, the wing open, but Footy gets a great exit, and AJ is only thing he can do now is try and stay within that 1 second window of that of the Alfa Romeo in front. And Gibbo not really making too much from it. Did gain 2/10 on that one corner though, so that's impressive. We got a little bit of tussling and bustling going on at the back though. The Red Bull and the McLaren of Cody and Major. So it looked like a little bit of an exchange in places there, or a nice little fight back as the move was made down towards turn 3. And Cody is absolutely flying through that chicane complex.
Yeah, I was just on board with Cornish Cook then. They both wanted that position, unfortunately. But no damage, so no harm. It's always a big straight coming up as well. That's doesn't go good. I'm actually trying to watch Corey as well. I want to see if he's actually got damage or anything like that. I don't know. Trying to work
well,
out if it was team orders, but
I think it may have been slight team orders just by how quick he
Yeah.
pulled off to the side. But
he
whilst
did. Yeah.
whilst that's going on, though, the DRS train at the back is formed, and now we have looks like the Major is leading the pack, so we'll not get the DRS. Then we're going to have Cody tucked behind him with Cornish, then Jack, and then Tom is almost in the window, but the DRS train's coming. There's a move from Cody. It looks like he's going around the outside. It looks like he's got plenty of pace, but saying that, when he's pulled out of the slipstream, he does get the DRS, but he's struggling to pass, and that is a near miss there from Cornish. Tried to squeeze up the outside or the inside, and that could have nearly ended in absolute disaster. But in the meantime, looks like the Major is still holding it. Cody's still desperately trying to get past. Jack is now up the inside turn 2. Dave has unfortunately left the session. Now is it going to come back on itself? Cornish gets an absolute blinder. Definitely used a lot of battery to keep that position. Is Cody going to make the move? No, he isn't. Major planting his car on the racing line. But Cornish on the fresher hard tyres is now picking up the pace and is just all over the gearbox of Cody. And but I did save the replay there over the back, and that was Cornish almost into the pit lane wall. But the medium tyres, it looks like, are starting to peak towards the edge of the cliff as Gibbo has now closed the gap from 1.3 seconds to just 4 tenths. So Cornish going power drifting. Bit of Tokyo drift there around turn 7. I would say that was a flying squirrel going around there. So we'll skip ahead just a little bit because ahead, Gibbo's tyres exactly the same life as AJ, both on the mediums, and the gap has closed to half a second. Footy is now within a second. You can definitely tell that some tyres are going off, some tyres are coming into play. So we're going to see an exchange in the lead of this race. Footy definitely gets a lot more overspeed. The DRS is so powerful around this track, and a little bit of kick of the battery. Looks to move on the inside. No defensive play there from Cornish. Is he going to come back for him? No, he doesn't. Footy then setting the fastest lap of the race. And we'll have to see, is it going to be a change going a little bit further back? No, it's not. We'll have to wait and see as we jump on board with the fight in the middle. The Major's into the pit, so maybe some wing damage or the tyre change. And then Cody gets pipped to the post by Cornish as well. So Aston Martin versus McLaren, and a little bit further back, WS Jack out of the DRS range of that McLaren, and Footy and Cornish are still battling out. So is Footy harvesting his battery in the meantime? But look, no, I think Footy's actually using more battery.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, Cornish Mantis, on that straight, he didn't use any of his battery for that defense, which was helped Footy out loads, but he's got over like double. So I think he's just playing the long game, just getting his car to the end to maybe push it a lot harder or a bit harder.
Well, maybe, but I can tell you now, his tyres are gone. The way he was slip and sliding through the castle section, his rears are overheating, his grip levels are gone, and we do have the new race leader of Footy at this time. So I reckon it's going to come down to the second round of pit stops and where everyone's going to come out of from there, and Gibbo is still stuck behind AJ. So AJ and Gibbo are both level on ERS. And then I can see what you mean now, just on the exit. So Gibbo does deploy his ERS roughly the same time that I do, coming out on that one. So are we going to see some undercuts come into effect? It's a long range undercut, but those starting on the soft tyres are going to have a massive benefit. There's the move on AJ. So the Williams now makes it in towards turn 1. Do they keep it clean? Plenty of space, and that is both their battery drains. So the flashing light at the back of the car, they have deployed either the amount of ERS per lap, or they are below 10% and harvesting their battery. So this is indicators for cars in front. So you can just see they are now struggling on battery, so they are going to need to pit, and they will recharge a hefty wedge of that. So everything still to play for here, as we are now we are quite well over halfway in this Grand Prix. So exciting things are about to happen as the round of pit stops for these medium runners are coming through. It's going to be one hell of an undercut if they can pull it off, but what is Footy going to do to react to it? And did he set a lap on the medium tyres? No, wait, it's a fresh tyre, so he's got a fresh set of tyres.
Yeah, he is. It's going to be interesting. I'm just. What was the pit stop time again?
So it's around about 20. It's about 27 seconds for a pit stop in Baku. That's probably with a loss on track as well.
Yeah. So Cornish will. It's gonna be. They're gonna be chasing Cornish when they come out. So I think. Yeah. I think this. Yeah. It's gonna be. Oh,
It's gonna be spicy in Baku. But whilst things are happening in the back, Major has pitted. So Major's gone on to a fresh set of the medium tyres. So that will pull him to the end of the race easy. So could we see Major climb up the ranks a little bit? As we've got a move over the front, Gibbo into the pits. He goes. So Gibbo is now going to put himself down to around about P8. But what tyre is he going to go on? I think he's going to go onto the soft tyres. Yes, he is. So the soft tyres, 10 laps to get them to the end of this Grand Prix. I have seen it done before, and I've seen it go horribly wrong. Them tyres are going to be dead by the end of this race. So what's he going to do? Is he going to go for the fastest lap, the bonus point, and then cruise his way through as the race goes on? But Cornish now up into 5th place on the hard tyre. He's got 2 seconds to Corey up in the front. So you can just see Corey at the edge of your screen now going through turns 5 and 6. So no, sorry, he's got 6 seconds. There he goes now. So I think Cornish, it could turn around. So Cornish is going to stick to this to the end of the race. The Cornish is this is it. This is Cornish now, set up for the end of the race. He's within, let's have a look. What's the interval to the leader? He's within 16 seconds of Footy. So as it stands, when the front runners pit, Cornish is going to be back in P1. So the hard tyre early on, it's anyone's game. It's anyone's game in Baku. Who knows? Gibbo's going to struggle.
Yeah, Gibbo. I think he's played that card too early, but at the same time, he might have. Oh, someone's gone off.
Oh, it was the Major. He went off just at the exit of Castle, and he's lost his wing. So the Major losing his front wing. VSC. That is a perfectly timed pit stop. That is a free pit stop for AJ under the VSC, as long as it stays out. And he has gone to the soft tyres, and they can make 9 laps in this Grand Prix on the lighter fuel load. So that was a free pit stop, and a given for AJ. He did come out just behind Gibbo. So that was a beautiful move under the virtual safety car. And I think, and Footy and Cornish and Corey, I don't think they were there in time for when it came out. They'd already passed the pit lane. AJ, quick reactions there with that pit stop. Happy with that. I taught him well.
Footy and Mantis were definitely past that then. I don't know where Corey was, but yeah, AJ. I think AJ definitely. He should have pitted there.
Oh, and
it's getting close.
It is getting close, and a drive-through penalty for WS Jack for speeding under the virtual safety car as it went green. And then we know the virtual safety car around Baku is quite terrible in Delta control. You'll be like 5 seconds, 5 seconds down, and all of a sudden you're 5/10. It's crazy, and I've got Simi cursing me in the chat. Lol. But we are back under full race conditions once again. Oh, WS Jack. Okay, never mind. Back under full race conditions, lap 17, as the race leaders are about to cross the line. And there goes Footy is in the pits. Cornish Mantis reacts. Is Corey going to react to that one? I think he should. No, he stays out. So Corey stays out. So is he going to try and get these tyres all the way to the end? Net P1 for Corey, but he will more than likely stop again. He did start on the softs, so I think Corey should have pitted there, react to the front runners, and the fight would continue. So soft tyres, 8 and 9 laps to get them to the end. Tom comes in for the mediums. Cornish is only 3 seconds behind Corey. That gap has closed 3 seconds as Major gets a penalty for exceeding track limits. That's a 5-second time penalty. Normally it's 3, but okay, strange. But yeah, Cornish is he's closed the gap 3 seconds on Corey, and Corey missed the opportunity to pit. So I saw something in the background there.
Crashed.
That was Rob, who is out and the full safety car. So this is perfect for Corey, but Cornish can come in as well, put on a set of the softs and run it to the end. This is the 3rd safety car of the race, and I'm trying to see where Rob went off. It did. We're going to see him on board with Corey now. It looked like he went off around about turn 13, 14. So maybe the tyre had gone. So this has just got really spicy. And Corey is prof. Corey is prof from this one. But what is Cornish going to do? Is he going to stay out on the hard tyres and know he's going to get them to the end, but they're going to be cold at the start of the race unless he can warm them up?
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting exciting.
Oh, yeah.
This is getting exciting.
I think.
If Corey doesn't pit, he's an idiot.
Oh, please pit. Where is he?
Corey is pitted. There we go. So Corey is pitted for the
decision.
softs. Don't speed on the pit lane.
Right.
No go, he's in. And Cornish is pitted as well. Footy now retakes the lead. The 2 runners, it's almost as if they can hear my voice on the stream. Funny that, isn't it? But but Cornish, they're all pitting at the front. Cornish, Gibbo's pitted again. Ooh, and a little bit of an unsafe release there on the Williams. So Gibbo pitting again, but had 2-lap-old tyres. So maybe wants to get the benefit of the fresh tyres all the way to the end, or maybe he heard me say they can't go to the end. This is just spiced it up. We know Footy's got the pace, we know Cornish has got the pace, we know AJ's got the pace, and we know Corey's got the luck of the gaming gods on his side and some pace.
It is literally a 6-way there. That's incredible.
It is an absolute 6-way battle for first. Everyone is on the soft tires. Everyone's going to have full battery. There is only 7 laps left to go in this Grand Prix, and by the time the safety car crosses the line, I imagine there'll be a 5-lap shootout. It's going to be a 5-lap shootout for first.
Yeah, it's going to be whose head goes as well. I think they're going to think 5 laps. Everyone's seen open lobbies.
Yeah, but yeah, trust me, I figured that one out the hard way yesterday. So, yeah, but we'll have to wait and see as Cody gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits on the safety car. So, at the moment, in the battle of the families, the son is now 2 up on dad. So Cody staying into the race after beating his dad in Austria for race 1 of this season. And Rob unfortunately retiring in race 2, but unable to race. Rob retiring tonight, but unable to race in race 2. So we'll have to wait and see as they now come down. The safety car is staying out. So remember that lucky little red curb on the as you're driving on the track, it'll be on your right hand side of turn 16 as sector 3 begins. Oh, I can't wait.
I think everyone's served their penalties as well, except for Mitch, so everyone's pretty much back to square one. So it is literally. Well, Mitch has got 10. Mitch has got 10 seconds of penalties. I think. Well, the lobby reset, so Cody probably didn't. Oh no, there was the safety car. It was the strange ones on the safety car. So unless he served it, because you can't serve the full 15 seconds of time penalties under 1 pit stop. The game doesn't let you do that one. So Cody, if I'm right, would have pitted twice. So he's got. So yeah, he only had 10 seconds. So he would have served both of them, unless I'm thinking about the other race. But who knows? It's go time here in Baku, and we can just have a look at the position changes. Footy up 2, Cornish Mantas back up to where he belongs. He's up 4, with AJ up 4, Corey up 4, Cody, Tom, Jack, biggest gainer. Mikey, biggest gainer at the moment. 1. He's up in 7th. Mikey could actually get a point for the Ferrari here. Which is something that I didn't notice until now, as Coxie loses out. So Coxie won't get any points for the Ferrari. So this could actually, if Mikey holds it against the major,
Mikey's got a point. What do you think of that? Mikey's he's been unfortunate. Yeah, he has been unfortunate in many races. But Mikey is at the moment, as long as Major doesn't get round in, as I don't know what's going on with Neo Nitro's telemetry. It's seeing the Matrix or something. But yeah, Mikey is currently in P10.
Yeah, I mean, well, he probably had the. Unfortunately, I think it was this race, wasn't it, where he pretty much went straight on at turn 1, didn't he, into that barrier?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. So it's a great recovery drive as well.
It is absolutely, and he's done 3 stops as well. So Mikey with 3 stops. We'll see what tyre he's on. He's on 2 lap old mediums. So there's plenty to well in there. Mikey, Ferrari in the points, as unfortunately Coxey won't receive any due to him not actually being here, as the safety car stays out for 1 more lap here in Baku. 5 laps left to go when they cross the line, or technically 6 laps left to go. As I just saw for a second they're all bunching up, but no, the safety car is definitely still out. Yes, it is. So this is gonna get spicy on the race restart. We'll keep the tires on there. You can see the tires, but hey, we all know that they're all going to be staying out anyway. So tell you what, let's get rid of that one. Oh, this feels like it's real life racing going on at the moment. Ooh, Footy getting very close to the safety car, but they're all on the soft tires, so they don't actually really need to start heating their tires up. I mean, I don't anyway. I don't. Under safety car, knowing what tire I'm on, I won't actually start heating my tires up until probably around about turn 12. The exit the castle is usually when I'll start heating my tires up, on the softs especially, because they just heat up instantaneously. So yeah,
you just need to throw your car left and right a little bit with the softs.
Is Rob's
constantly?
Oh, Rob has left the session. Sorry, I thought he'd DNF'd again and come back. Oh, who knows?
No, softs. It's just one of them tracks, isn't it, where they just few left and rights in there. They're already switched on. No one's actually Mikey's on mediums. Okay, so
we've only got a couple of drivers still on the mediums, back of the pack. But all we know is that the top 7, should we say the top 6, are all on fresh softs, except for AJ, who's got 1 lap extra on top of them. So for lap 21, 6 to go, as the cars now weave frantically as they leave the castle section in the 2nd sector, approaching turn number 14 on the track. And we'll have to wait until 2 more corners, or after this corner, to see if the safety car comes in, and we all know it is going to do that one. As we wait, is it when it hits that curb on the left hand side. Game on at the front. Game on at the front when they cross the line. There is only going to be 5 laps left in the Grand Prix. Footy is going to control the pack, or is he actually going to stick right behind that safety car? It's an interesting move. Can Cornish react? He is on a fresh set of softs, bringing himself back up in the run-ins. AJ older than the rest of them, and look, Footy is really leaving this one late for the restart. Curry and Cornish all on the soft tires. There's the car of the safety car's going in there, and he's gone. Footy decides to go very late, and it looks like Manta's got caught off guard. AJ gets a great run through. Is he going to make the move on the brakes on the inside? He doesn't quite get alongside enough, but does compromise and leaves him vulnerable to Curry up at the back. Is there going to be any moves down into turn 2? Looks like Cornish is doing that one. He's got sneaks up the inside, turn 2, and now he is side by side. Looks like by Curry, as he goes very defensive there, as we try and get a good angle of this. There he is, and just about gets a Gibbo very late on the brakes, and horrendous and tremendous, should I say, dive bomb in towards turn 3. Gibbo now up into 5th. Curry losing out on 3 places. 2 places up on the restart. Gibbo now trying to chase down the original Cornish, should I say, brother Cornish. AJ just about dropping out the DRS. There will be no DRS for 2 more laps, so all they have is the battery. They need to be careful not to get any penalties right at the last minute. We've got a move at the back. Mikey still intense, loses out of position to the major, but can more than likely bring it back. Called Mantis, because the Cornish gets very squirrely on the exit, leaves the door wide open for AJ. AJ now up into P2, leaves himself compromised now for his cousin. Trying to say, is he going to make the move behind him? No, he doesn't. Just about holds his cousin off, but that was a catch.
That was a great catch.
That was a catch.
Yeah, especially oh yeah, no respect.
If he would have gone round, then that would have been funny. But it's now the battle of the cousins. We have original Cornish. Well, we have cousin Cornish versus Cornish. As we can see the move up ahead, the slipstream. Cousin Cornish on AJ side by side. Are they both using their battery? Yes, they are. So it must have been a better exit. This is all down to downforce at the moment. 1 mile an hour in it. A little bit ahead. AJ going later on the brakes. Hold side by side. The space was left there, so that was a brave move. But AJ's been compromised now. Cousin Cornish, the original Cornish, up the inside, left in the space, and that's him in the wall. So AJ losing out massively there, and now Gibbo's gone past. Now has AJ got wing damage?
Oh, I hope not. I hope not.
Oh, Gibbo up, but there's a Gibbo big hit, and the collision with AJ as well. So vicious move there. And that's put Gibbo yellow flag up in sector 3. That is not a virtual safety car, and AJ losing out massively there. An ambitious move from Gibbo, and I think that's wing damage on the front of that Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, I mean the car did ghost a little bit, so it's a lot better than yesterday. But I don't know. I think I can't see. It might be very little on the very front, which won't be too bad, but you'll feel it.
Yeah, you will. But what happened? Neo Nitro has retired from the session, and I can't see him on the track, so I have no idea what's happening there. So unfortunate for AJ, though. I mean, the space was given between the two of them. Cornish squeezing up. I think it was Cornish original in the Mercedes, squeezed up the inside of turn 3. Turn 2. And there was just nowhere else to go, so yeah. maybe one that'll be looked at by the stewards at the end.
Yeah, Mantis he drifted again out of that castle section, which made Cornish original get past him as well. So Gibbo's right back up behind him.
Yes, and DRS has now been activated, so Gibbo fighting for P3 with 3 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. It's getting spicy. Mantis back end kicking out again. So you'll see that one, the drag reduction system, the letterbox at the back. I know everyone loves it when I say it, but there he is, closing that gap now, 0.3 of a second. Can he keep it clean through turn 3? And does he have any lasting damage on that front wing? Because we've got a yellow flag up in sector 3 with no one in there, which is confusing. A little bit hairy, there. Gibbo is dying to get past Cornish. The tyres are exactly the same. Mantis is pushing hard. You can see the back end of that car going, trying to look for the inside of turn 7, but that's not going to happen. It's way too far back for that one. So we'll just ignore the yellow flags in sector 3 at the moment, because there is no car there at the moment. So Gibbo really wants to get this position. AJ looks like he's suffering. He must have damage, because the gap for Corey is now closed up, and he is at risk of Cody getting past him, but Cody with penalties on top of that. So a bit curious. Mikey, I did just see that one. Mikey in the points. You just in the background, the major getting hairy. I think he made the move in Castle. I think he just made the move into Castle. I saw the yellow flag there. So I think Mikey just made the move into Castle.
Oh, I might have to ask for footage just to see.
Yeah, but I think we're going to need to see the footage. That one, 40 now. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1.2 ahead of original Cornish. Cousin Cornish, however, in P2. So Gibbo's on P3, and Corey has taken AJ up into turn 1 down the DRS, straightforward DRS pass, and under the brakes. Cody getting very out of a line there, is now just left in compromise to Tom. So I think AJ does have the wing damage that we can't see. So he's just holding out for the end of the Grand Prix, as there are some movers going down the bottom. Collision at the back by the looks of it between Tom and Cody. I did see a little bit of a knock there, and the McLaren going very wide up into turn 3. So the Red Bull holding out, holding his own. And for some reason, Mitch is 5 minutes behind the pace. So it's an odd one. Or is that 5 hours behind the pace? I don't know.
I think he was a lap to come to the safety car, so he was like middle of the field, and then obviously when it all went green, he had to slow down even more to let everyone back through.
Yeah, quite possibly.
It's 3 laps behind.
It's confusing, but we'll just let it know. But Willow, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. I did actually see who did that one this time. But up ahead, look at the gap in front. It looks like original Cornish has definitely closed the gap on Footy. So Footy must have had a really bad exit, but we know they've both got the pace. The DRS is open. There it is. It's going to be a straightforward overtake. He's not even using his battery. Footy is using his battery to try and close the gap a little bit more, and that's a straightforward pass. The new race leader of original Cornish in towards turn 1, and I think Footy may have just burned out his rear tyres as we go into the final lap of the race. There is still chances to overtake. Gibbo picks up a 3-second penalty, which means that Corey can actually get his P4 from that one, as long as he stays within that one. So Gibbo will be kicking himself from that incident, as now we're going to keep an eye with the race lead for this one. 0.3 of a second the gap is, and I think it might have been a tactical move for Footy to let Cornish go through, because he's going to get the benefit of the DRS. It could be another Lance Stroll and Valtteri Bottas situation, as Coxey's been disqualified for not using the right tyre compound, but he wasn't in the race anyway. So we're not worried about that one. It's very rare that we do see something like that one. So we're going to need to see, can Footy close the gap? Gets a little love tap from the castle, just to add insult to injury. And I think that's it. I think original Cornish has just managed to sneak away with the win. The kick in the castle was enough to throw the car off the pace. So we'll have to we'll keep an eye with Cornish. He rounds the last corner, because you still can lose it here. No, he doesn't. He keeps it intact. 1.4 seconds, the gap between the top 2 drivers on the our top 2 drivers at the moment. And I believe the stewards are going to have an interesting night. But Cornish doing a great fight there. He comes down the start finish. Footy in pursuit, but it won't be enough. And Cornish wins this 3rd round, or the 3rd race here in Abu Dhabi for the Simcade F1 2021-2022 season. So great effort from that one. Footy in P2, Cornish in P3, and Corey did sneak in that 3-second window after Gibbo's penalty and brings him up into P4. Gibbo gets relegated to P5 as Tom gets...
jumped AJ on the line.
He really did. I didn't quite see that one, but 11 hundredths of a second Tom gets it. So AJ, unfortunate, he was up in the points, so it's just devastating for that. And obviously he must have had the wing damage to go with it. WS Jack picking up 8th with Cody in 9th, and the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mikey's in the points, picking up the final points for the Ferrari in P10 after what I can only describe as an overtake, which I saw it, and rightfully so, he should get the drive of the day. And I think he made the move into Castle, because I saw them on the radar, and I think it was in the Castle that he made the move.